the first time in quite a while I've actually enjoyed watching West Ham. I thought that was a really, really good performance from the players and the manager. I think the credit has to go to all of them. David Moyes gets a fair bit of criticism, including from yourself and on the channel, etc. And rightly so. This year to date hasn't been great, but that was a really, really good response, and one that was just, it couldn't really have gone much better. All right, it wasn't perfect. I'm not going to sit here and say it was the most perfect performance without any faults, but I liked the approach from the team and the manager. The lineup was good, albeit I still don't quite agree with Kurt Zouma playing at the moment. I think his form's just so poor, and he's just looking injured, in my opinion. But everything else I was very pleased with. But it was just the manner about the way we went about it, this energy. It felt like the shackles came off. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like David Moyes finally kind of went, do you know what? It ain't bloody working, whatever I'm trying to do. Maybe it's time I just actually let these players do what they're good at, And lo and behold, that's what you get. You get a decent performance. You get players that look like they enjoyed themselves. I mean, when was the last time you watched a West Ham team really look like they were enjoying their football? Even games we've won this season that have been big, big wins, Tottenham away. Do you know what I mean? The Arsenal away. All right, Arsenal away is a little bit different because you kind of feel how we executed our game plan in that one. But other games, even though we've won those games, you always felt like the players probably felt a bit like, yeah, but all we did was really defend for 85 minutes. It probably wasn't the most enjoyable experience as a footballer, especially when you got the likes of Kudus and Bowen, etc. But this felt really different. Do you know what I mean? It felt like that Moyes just threw away his usual game plan and went, do you know what? Just go and play. Go and attack and try and score some goals because we've got the players. That's where the frustration has been, isn't it? For so many fans, it's been that we've got all this talent on this pitch, and yet we just seem to play a system that reflects a team. Jamie Carragher said it. He said, look, they play like a team that's fighting relegation, a team that's just come up, haven't got the quality, and they're just desperately trying to nick points where they can to accumulate enough to stay in the Premier League. That's how West Ham approach a lot of our games. And yet, when you look at our team, you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, we've got some really top drawer players here, and we're not utilising them. And it just felt against Brentford that was what we saw. We saw a system that worked. It just said, look, just go for it. Play with some conviction. Play with some confidence. Now, look, I appreciate we weren't playing Man City. All right, I appreciate we were playing a sort of struggling Brentford side, but let's take nothing away. We still played really well. But I understand at times you've got to shift your game plans. I'm not saying that, but the frustration with us fans, hasn't it, has been, well, for many, not speaking for yourself, of course, is that there is that at times you think, when we're playing certain teams, just take your foot off the pedal a little bit. Go for it. Do you know what I mean? Just go for it. Let's give it a go. But no, I was pleased with that. Really, really pleased. Great night for West Ham and great night for Jared Bowen. I mean, well, brilliant. I think is he the 9th, I think, or 7th or 8th or something like that. I can't remember. I should have probably looked this up before I did this video. But he's something like the Premier League West Ham player to score a Premier League hat-trick. I'm really pleased for him. I think the last one was Mikel Antonio back in 2020, I think, something like that. So, no, really pleased for Jared Bowen. He's been brilliant this season. 3rd top goal scorer in the league. I mean, you can't ask for better than that. I mean, it really has been a brilliant season so far for him. And obviously, we've got to talk about Lucas Paqueta. I mean, I call him Paqueta. I'd like to know, I'm not the Paqueta. I don't call Paqueta Paqueta. He's always giving me Paqueta to me. It's like Souček. Always Souček. Souček, nah, can't do that. Nah, not buying into that. Souček, you know what I mean? Once you called a player a certain way, you can't go back on it. Do you know what I mean? I can't do it. I'm stuck. I've committed to it now. Even if Tom says to me, Mark, you're calling me the wrong name, I go, Souček, just pack it in. You know what I mean? No, I'm in a good mood after that. It was a really good performance. And Lucas Paqueta, he was excellent. He was excellent. He gives players that boost and the fans that lift. Do you know what I mean? He's got something about him that when he's on the pitch, you think we've got more of a chance because it just allows other players to enjoy themselves a bit more. I don't know what it is or what he does. It sort of reminds me of Paolo Di Canio did that as well. We had that way about him. We had it with Payet. We've had a few players, Arnautovic, those players that just have that real bit of special quality about them. It just helps the players around them improve. But Paqueta is unbelievable. He was really good. And you can see he's not really still fit. I mean, when I say not fit, he wasn't like he was limping around or anything, but you could just see match fitness. And that's why he had to come off from the 75th minute. But I was really, really pleased with him. Thomas Souček as well, put in a very good performance. Good old Thomas Souček, as he likes to be known. He was brilliant. You know, really good performance from him. Probably one of his best in the West Ham shirt, I'd go as far as saying for Souček. I mean, he again, like Moyes, gets a fair bit of criticism from myself and many others as well. I've been calling for him to get dropped. But I saw his name in the team sheet. Okay, we'll see how he gets on. I mean, but no, I was really pleased with him. He put in a very good performance and was good on the bloody ball. Souček, good on the ball. He was actually laying the ball around lovely and holding it up and thinking, now, where are we going to see this player? Where's he been? But there were so many good performances in that game. I don't want to go for every single player, but because they all really played well. The only downside I'd probably say is, again, and I hate calling players out, but I think Kurt Zuma was... again at fault, just not at it at the moment. He just looks injured. He looks gone. He really does. He looks like a player that could really do with a break. Do you know what I mean? Just give him a rest now. He really needs it. He don't look right. But I'm glad that the manager finally sorted something out with that back line. I mean, Agurd dropped to the bench. Mavropanos came in and he was fantastic. Really good performance. And I've got to say, I think he's a starter now. He has to be. You can't now go back on that. Well, I imagine it'll be the same pairing for the Everton game. That win sets us up lovely now for the Everton game. Because Everton, by the way, is going to be a fucking hard game. That is going to be really tough because, you know, we're going there at Goodison Park. I mean, it's a difficult place to go at the best of times. But I'll tell you what, the fact they've just been given these 4 points back is going to really create an atmosphere. And West Ham have got to handle it. We've got work to do. Do you know what I mean? That result against Brentford is fantastic, but it's not like job done. Do you know what I mean? Like brilliant. Now we're fine. We need to turn around this terrible run of games and get ourselves back the points that we need to get back really within the mix of where we want to be. I appreciate we are joint 7th at the moment, but with the games we've got, Everton and Burnley next 2 up in the league, we need to be getting maximum points in those games. I mean, at least 4, I would say, at very least 4. We do not want to be getting any less than that. So it's a big game on Saturday and one we're going to have to be ready for. But I'll tell you what, we couldn't have teed it up any better. Those players must have gone into training today feeling buzzing. And tell you what, it sounds ridiculous, right? Mohamed Kudus was the reason I changed my view on the scoreline, right? So when I was doing the preview for the game, what I do is when I do the match preview on the channel, right, I take me notes, obviously what I want to talk about. I then do my team that I want, and then I predict my score. And I'll be honest, I thought we were going to lose. I thought it was going to be either 2-0 or 2-1 to Brentford. That's kind of where my mind was going. Then I thought, well, I'll tell you what, maybe I'll say a draw to give myself a little bit of hope. And then I read the interview with Mohamed Kudus and prior to the game. And he said, he was asked about the game coming up and how the players are going to respond. He went, just you wait. You just wait and see what you see on Monday night and you'll see that we're up for it. I don't know what it was, the way it was said. And I just thought, oh, I quite like that. It made me think, like, I wonder if the managers had a heart to heart with the players and just said to them, look, do you know what I mean? This ain't working, lads. It ain't working. Whatever I'm telling you, let's change things up. Because it felt like that. It felt like David Moyes had kind of was at his last straw a little bit. You know what I mean? It was like last throw of the dice for him. He had to do something. He had to try and get these players up for it. And it worked. Whatever he did, whether it would be the tactics, whether it be the team talks, whatever they've been working on all week, it worked. It really did. And he's got to stick with it now. Do you know what I mean? Don't go to Everton and put, 11 men behind the ball and just think, right, we're just going to defend and hope nick a goal. Go for it. Do you know what I mean? Just go for it. We're so much better when we go for it and we give it a good go. We've got the players, I've said. So, look, this is not a miserable video. It's far from it. It's a really happy one. I'm really, really chuffed. We do have a bit of news coming up. I'm going to drop the video tomorrow. I was weighing up whether to do it tonight. It's regarding Ben Johnson, actually, and his contract situation, which I've got real worries about now from the update we had from X. We'll talk about that, though, in a later video. That'll be out tomorrow. But look, for now, let's enjoy this. That was a brilliant result, brilliant performance. And my word, what a win does, eh? Come on, you irons.